Hey, I know it's late, but I need to say this. So many women have wasted good years staying loyal to the wrong man. I'm talking about decades. And there's some woman that's watching this right now who's already gone for the okey doke of, well, no relationship is perfect. Well, everybody got their flaws. And you giving that man another chance, another year, another decade to waste of yours. This is your sign to go ahead and stop that now. If that man has already shown you he's not going to make any progress, he's not going to take you seriously, he's not going to respond positively, he's not going to be respectful. If he's already shown you over and over again, believe him now before you give him more time you can't get back to waste. I know we in a day and age where we want to try to advocate for relationships continuing on and all, but we can't measure a relationship strictly by how long it's lasted. It's great if you had a relationship that lasted 20, 30 years, but not if 19 of them was toxic. There's a lot of women right now still wasting good years staying loyal to the wrong man. Matter of fact, if you're a woman watching this and because understand me, somebody needs to hear this. If you have wasted valuable years, good years, staying loyal to the wrong man, type I down in the chat. Type I down in the chat if you are a woman who wasted good years thinking that this man was going to change. He was going to get the hint. He was going to wake up and realize what he had. He was going to come out of whatever funk he was blaming it on, his actions. He was going to eventually rewire and he said, you know what? I got a good thing and I don't have to do things the way I've done them. I don't have to do things the way that my friends do them. You just knew at some point it's going to click for him. Put I down in the chat if you've ever been there. Put I down in the chat. And by the way, again, for any woman watching this and you saying, well, D, I know that my time has been wasted, but I just can't find the courage to leave. I just ain't got there yet. Let me bring you a little bit closer whenever I say this. You're just like the tens of, actually hundreds of thousands of women who have gotten a hold of my book, Don't Forget Your Crown, and called it a blessing to read because it gave them just what they needed to get over that hump and stop letting the wrong man waste their time. Matter of fact, let me put the link down here. Comment free. You don't even got to go buy it off Amazon for $30. I'll give it to you free. All you got to do is comment free, follow the directions, click the link whenever you get my message. I'm putting it down there in the comments as well. Comment the word free. I had somebody ask earlier, like, D, do you have any books that deal with this? I have 15 books. I'm just now realizing a lot of y'all don't even know I have books. Yes, I am an author. I've been writing books since 2012. But one book in particular, Don't Forget Your Crown, deals with this and will keep you from wasting more time. If your heart get in the way, if that fear of abandonment, of losing this man, of wasting all your years is getting in the way, comment the word free. And it's not just Don't Forget Your Crown that I'm going to give you for free. I'm going to give you all 15 of my books right now. I'm going to bundle them up. You can go on Amazon and get them for $150, $200, or you can comment the word free. I will send you a link, but you got to hurry. I'm not going to do this forever. But back to what I was saying. If you're watching this right now, look at the women who commented I. Wasted good years waiting on the man to change who was never going to change. Gave him their 20s and all he gave was excuses. Offered loyalty while all he offered was inconsistency. That doesn't have to be you. You don't have to invest your prime years into a man who's treating you like a rental, not a commitment. Because all that's going to do is have you ended up looking and just wondering where those years went. Did they count for anything? And honestly, with him, they could have counted for a lot more with somebody else. Nobody tells women who stayed for too long this thing, like we always just press it upon a woman to stay through thick and thin. Oh, men got problems. A woman shouldn't just leave. A woman shouldn't be superficial. A woman shouldn't give conditional love. A woman shouldn't do this. A woman should save herself. If that man is proven that he's not going to step up, a woman should open herself up for a man who came properly prepared. If that man is still leaning in all the ways that he's been traumatized and he's traumatizing her too, that woman should open herself up for a man who has done the work Those years don't get wasted because you gave it. It gets wasted because you gave it to him. To him. And so I wanna just come and say this for any woman who's been feeling guilty about wanting to leave because his goldfish died and he had a bad upbringing and he's been trying lately. And maybe he pulled let me go ahead and expose a few of the games a lot of men will play. They love pulling it. Well, we've been together for so long. And you start thinking that's a reason to stay as well. You start thinking because you already wasted 5 years, 10 years or more with this man, you should just go ahead and give him another 10, 20, and 30 to waste too. No. That whole, but we've been together for so long, that's emotional blackmail disguised as romantic history. Don't let your past with him trap your future. Don't let your past with that man trap your future. Guilt about leaving after investing time is exactly how women end up investing more into dead-end relationships that don't yield any return, just regrets. Now, unfortunately, our great grandmamas and them ain't gonna tell us that. And I got nothing but love for our elders, but they didn't have the same framework, the same ability to operate from a place of emotional intelligence. They had to operate from survival mode. Now, I'm not saying everybody got it wrong, but I'm saying we can't strictly go on tradition where you got to stay no matter how a man treats you, no matter what hell he puts you through, you got to stay. No, you don't. And I'm saying this as a man. I got daughters. I got sisters. I got y'all that I got love for. And I'm telling you, if that man come in and he ain't trying to act right, ain't no excuse on God's green earth good enough for you to continue letting him not act right with you. No. The length of time you already wasted with that man is not a reason to waste more time. He gonna bring up all the years y'all been together like they're some kind of collateral that you'll lose if you leave. Don't go for it. After all the time that we spent, yes. If all the time that y'all spent becomes his weapon against your freedom, after everything we done built, you mean the foundation that's crumbling? That was built on a lie? Because 5 wasted years don't become valuable by adding a 6th. You don't get more value the more that you waste what's already not being valued. 10 years with the wrong man doesn't become right by making it 11. I get it. You give it some time. I'm all about conflict resolution. I'm all about trying to talk things out, work things out, hang in there if it's worth it. But long suffering shouldn't turn into indefinite tolerance. The Bible talks about long suffering. Okay, but there's got to be a limit because the Bible also talks about guarding your heart. The Bible also talks about guarding your heart. Laura says, do you have a book on how to be single after divorce? I don't have a book about that. One of my books is called Single Mothers Are for Grown Men Only. And I speak about it, but I do have a book about dating after age 40. Not a book. I actually have a course about dating after age 40. That's actually inside the inner circle as well. Where my books are for free, you can actually get that for free as well. It's a free trial and you cancel anytime, no commitment, no contract. That's the link I'm sending you. That's where my stuff goes for free to those in my inner circle. Good thing is with the books, you can download those and keep them forever for free because you can cancel anytime. But for those asking, is there something to deal with after divorce, being single, being more mature, getting back on the dating scene or whatever? Yes, I do have. It's courses though. Those are video courses, like 2-hour-long courses. Also free whenever you comment the word free. I'll send it to you. But back to what I was saying, because I didn't want to stay here for long, but there's somebody that needs to hear this. You're about to give this man another chance. You feel guilty and convicted within yourself because you still ain't seen nothing change with his habits. Actually, I always say this. Words lie. Actions can even deceive. But patterns always tell the truth. If that man's patterns have not changed at all, then his heart hasn't, and the results of staying with him are not going to change either. At that point, if that man has been playing in your face and you haven't lost anything, or he hasn't lost anything by continuing to hurt you, your loyalty is becoming his comfort zone. It's just proof that he can underperform indefinitely without any consequences. I respect that you want to be loyal. I respect that you don't want to just jump ship. I do. But not whenever the man that you're with is drilling holes in the boat. That I can't respect that. And the longer you stay loyal to the wrong man, the longer that you're teaching him that loving you doesn't require effort, because you're going to stay regardless of his investment level. Your consistency is going to become his excuse for inconsistency. I hope this is making sense to somebody, because you don't have time to waste. We don't have time to waste. You trying to build a future with blueprints he never plans to follow. Architect of dreams he had no intention of constructing. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's hard to accept that this thing that you thought it's not going to turn out to be what you hope, but stop trying to justify your initial assessment and give yourself the freedom to act off of new information. It's okay to change your mind. Sometimes we want to stay because we made a promise, we made a commitment, and we said we're not going nowhere, and we said we want to make this work. And we told our mama, our friends, our ex, or whoever that this is our person. Well, you got new information now. Give yourself the freedom to make a new decision based on new information. Your long-term vision met his short-term convenience, and you mistook his presence for participation. Okay, cool. Now you know the truth. Now what? Now that you know the truth, now what? Don't stay locked into a bad decision because you feel like there's shame if you at some point admit defeat, or you admit that, it didn't turn out the way that you thought it would. He already got the best years of your life while giving you the worst version of himself. You ain't got to give him no more. Your prime, your beauty, your energy, your fertility, your youth was spent on his mediocrity. Now, with that being said, your prime is honestly whatever you make it from this point forward. Even if in your 20s and maybe even your 30s, you gave him, your 40s can be the most beautiful years of your life. Your 50s, your 60s. Once you stop carrying that dead weight. Once you decide you're no longer going to carry that dead weight. Those can be your best years. But understand, you already wasted years where his free trial of commitment. He test driving relationship benefits, but never purchased partnership. And I'm not saying this to shame you. I'm saying this because I want to make it as clear as possible, even though I understand it will step on some toes. This comes from a place of love. You don't have to keep allowing this man to waste what he's already been taken for granted. It does not give you this golden star or cookie that you are willing to suffer even longer. It is much better to die alone, as everybody tried to scare you out of doing, than to live miserably every day with a man who makes you feel like you're dying inside. Don't go for that, man. It's a gaslighting. You're gonna die alone. You're gonna be alone. Okay, then. It's so much better to live alone, really, because that's what's happening. Living alone until you die, than to live miserably with a man that makes you feel like you're dying inside. Because we all die alone, even if you're right there with somebody. Once you're gone, you're gone. It's the years you spend up until that point that really matter. I don't care if he said that you gave up early, you quit on him. No, that don't make you a quitter. Staying would make you a volunteer for your own suffering, though. Staying would make you a volunteer for your own suffering. Men who guilt trip you about leaving are terrified of losing their convenience, not losing the love of their life. So all those accusations of you just giving up, you just gonna walk out, you just gonna leave, they are really confessions that he's given up earning you. That would be the relationship if he was truly willing to put in work. Okay, how can I earn you? How can I make this right? And not just a knee-jerk reaction whenever you on your way out the door and then he does things for a couple of weeks. And then once he's no longer afraid of you leaving because he's love bombed you back into his circumference, he starts going back to the exact same patterns that he had before. That's not what I'm talking about. Mary, you said it. You can be with somebody and still be alone. So why stay? Exactly. You just gonna throw this away? That's what a man says after he threw away the relationship through his actions every day of that relationship. You just gonna give up on us? He gonna say that. He gonna question it. Even though you're the only one that's been fighting for us for years. He'll make you feel like you're fair weather, like you didn't really care from the beginning because you finally left. Because you finally said enough is enough when really staying would be the weak choice. That would be the weakest choice. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away from a man who does not have your best interest at heart. Straight up. Staying comfortable in dysfunction. That's what cowards do. So you're not quitting whenever you leave a man like that. You're graduating from a situation that stopped serving you the moment that it started. If I'm making sense right now, put facts down in the comments. If I'm making sense, put facts down in the comments. They're going to be mad at me for saying this, but I don't care. I can fight. Matter of fact, because I know they're going to be mad at this one in particular. Man, you trying to break up families. The real broken family includes a woman who's broken every day and has to break down in silence while functioning enough to still be there for everybody else. That's the real broken family. Can we get real for a second? We love talking about, you trying to create broken homes. You going to leave to create a broken home? How you think this home ain't broken already when you breaking the backbone of it, brother? Like I said, they going to get mad at me anyway. Matter of fact, hit the share button right now. Let's make some more people mad. If you ain't afraid of sharing the truth, find a little arrow down here, hit the share button, and then comment the word shared so I can shout you out for showing love. But every one more chance that you give that man is just another chance that you're stealing from yourself to meet a man who won't need multiple chances. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's time to give up on that man. If he even got you questioning and you giving him time and you giving him chances, it's time to give up on that man. His plea for another opportunity, it cost you the opportunity of being available when the right man appears. You're giving him chance number 47, and you're missing out on men who would have gotten it right on the very first chance that you gave them. And as you give that wrong man chance number 47, you're missing out on those men, and they're missing out on any chance to have any type of access to you. All I need is one more chance. His chance was whenever you communicated and he said you were being negative. His chance was whenever you said, hey, enough is enough. I'm really messed up. And he just didn't care. His chance was whenever he saw you imploding and it felt like you were being too emotional. He ain't had time for it. Those are his chances. He's run out of chances. Beatrice, thank you for sharing, love. Darnisha, Corbett, and Martha Clay, thank you guys for sharing. Meredith, you too. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, if you share this, comment, share so I can show you some love. But I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Like the wrong man, he doesn't just waste your time. He deteriorates your self-esteem. He deteriorates your self-image. He will imprint narratives onto you that keep you in some type of proximity to him so he can have access to you, because now your standards are lowering the more that you tolerate him. And I don't want you to think that you were too loyal. You were just loyal to the wrong person. And there's a huge difference. Like your capacity for loyalty is actually a strength. It's just who you selected as a recipient that was a thing that you need to improve. Because the right man, he's going to match your loyalty. He's going to make those years an investment, not an expense. Not an expense that doesn't yield any kind of ROI. But again, you don't have to feel like it's over with for you or it's too late or anything. You just have to remember who you are. AKA, you have to recover your crown. If anything I've said so far resonates with you, then you need to recover your crown. I detail how to do it in my book, Don't Forget Your Crown. That's my best-selling book. You don't have to go and buy it. Yeah, it's on Amazon for $30. You can. It's got over 4,500 reviews. But I'll give it to you free. I'll give it to you free. Comment the word free. I'll give it to you for free, along with all of my books, audio and ebook. You don't got to walk this road alone. You don't have to stay down. And honestly, I hope you get to a point where you say, I'll be damned if I stay where he left me. I just want to give you the resources. Because again, a lot of women have wasted good years remaining loyal to the wrong man. But that waste ends the moment you decide it does. It ends the moment you decide it does. Those years that were wasted should have taught you what never to repeat. The man who had your past, he doesn't have to get your future, especially if he's not willing to do what it takes to earn it. So if he wasted 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, don't give him 5. Your remaining years are too valuable to spend mourning the lost years or giving them to any man, the same man, another man who's only going to waste them the same way. Take the lesson out of it. Leave the loss and make the rest of your life the best of your life. If you are willing to come into agreement with that, all I ask is that you share it so somebody else can get this message who may need to hear it on your timeline. Find a little arrow down here and hit the share button. I'm your big bro, your internet big bro. You know I got your back. And again, yes, I see some of y'all are going to get it. I'm about to send all the links to the books. You can get all 15. This is the first time and only time I've ever done this. All 15 of my books absolutely free. They're on Amazon. You can go get them, $20, $30 a piece if you want to. Or you can get them all for free inside of my inner circle. That's my private community. So comment the word free. I'll send you a link. There's a free trial. There's no contract or commitment. So after you start the free trial, if you don't want to keep it, just cancel it and you keep the books for free. I don't know, nobody else is doing this that sold over 500,000 books over the last decade, not one person. But this is my gift to those of you who are willing to choose you. I'm willing to do that with you if you are. Comment the word free and I'll hook you up. Holla at your lady, I'll be good.